Hello, hello, hello. Week 11. Um, New week. Very weird week last week with the tie. Recap video is gonna be going up soon. Um, Alongside this, got only two teams on bye, Denver and LA. The rest are playing. Got 15 matchups, 15 games. We're gonna let's check in right here. Got the Super Bowl favorites right now are the Titans, Packers, Cardinals, Cowboys, Bucks, Ravens, Bills, and Chiefs as the top few teams. At the very bottom, we got the Lions, who at this point they're all but eliminated from the playoffs. I think only need 2 more weeks and they're all but gone. Um, but yeah. So without further ado, let's start. We're going to be starting with Thursday Night Football, and then we'll just go in random order from down. Bears with divisional matchups are going to be last, with the exception of the Lions. I'll just do that one. So, Patriots, Falcons. Falcons are coming off a 40-point blowout loss versus the Dallas Cowboys, who are a 3 seed right now. I would change that if I were you. The 3 seed has been cursed since the doink happened. I don't think a single 3 seed has advanced past the wild card round since 2017 on either side. So yeah, try to get that second or seed or just settle for the 4th. 6th seed, however, is I think one, since 3 seed lost every time. 16 is one, but most of them end up losing in the divisional anyway. 7th seed right now belongs to the Panthers. This is a very tight. Usually around this time it gets tight, but this is the tightest it's been. Tightest it's been in a while. There's like a shit ton of 5-win, 4-win teams. A playoff race is getting real, and wins now will dictate who has even a chance to go to the big dance and hoist the Lombardi. So, without further ado, Patriots and Falcons. Patriots are also coming off a blowout win versus the Brownies. Just these offenses, Mac Jones has been clicking. I think Mac Jones personally was the most pro-ready quarterback. Fields, I think, I'm happy we have him. I think he has the higher ceiling. I'm still happy we got him because he's going to be a stud. He's going to bring some rings to Chicago in the next coming years. But I also think Mac Jones, you're going to bring another ring to New England and Belichick. Belichick has proven everyone wrong. He can still win without Brady. And good for him, I guess. Prove the haters wrong. Even though I really don't want to see the Patriots in another fucking Super Bowl. I want to see a different team, preferably. If not the Bears somehow get it. That'd be great. This year, our time is later this decade, couple years. But I think right now, Bills, Titans would be nice. Anything other than the Steelers, Ravens, they already won. Chiefs won 2 years ago. I don't like LA. Right now, the team I want to see win the most is the Browns and the Bills in the AFC and the Cardinals. Yeah, the Cardinals and the Panthers. Teams that haven't won it ever. Bucks, you won last year. You had your time. Cowboys, I just don't like the Cowboys and Jerry World. And the Packers, that should be obvious. Anyway, got the Patriots winning this one, heftily. 35-17. Next up, got the Colts versus the Bills. Bills are coming off a blowout 45-17 dub over the New York Jokes. Jets, Jets. And the Colts, who are 5-5, however, against a very weak schedule. They are 0-4 against winning teams. And every single one of their wins come against losing teams. Let's see their wins. Dolphins, Texans, 49ers, Jets, and Jags. their strike of victory is that. So it's like it's not really that good. And for that reason, plus the reason the Bills have just been red hot with that blowout loss, they had a rough game. Like every good team has a rough game or two in the season. There's no winless teams anymore ever since the Cards were the last one to fall. Um, the Bills are the better team. I think they feel the pressure coming on from the Patriots, and for that reason, I think the Bills are going to pull this one out and win 31-20 against the Bills. Next up, this game's going to suck. The GET Jets versus the Miami Dolphins. A combined record of 5-14 between the two teams. This game is going to be very sloppy, but it's obvious the Dolphins are the better team here. That's just a fact. Jets have Joe Flacco, Zach Wilson, Zach Wilson, I think will do fine for the Jets. Just give him time. Every quarterback needs time to develop. Even Fields. Fields, he was sloppy and stuff in the beginning. That Cleveland loss was very rough, but he's learning. And I think you just gotta let Zach develop. You have to give that guy no line, just like the Bears. They're starting to develop and actually work around Fields. See what Mac Jones is doing? He's doing great in New England. Also, you could have took Mac Jones in the draft. You had the second pick. You had dibs on Justin fucking Fields. Thank you for letting us have him, by the way. You had Mac Jones available. You had Trey Lance available. And you took Zach Wilson. It's better than, like, whoever the Texans got. I forgot who he is. He's like a second round or whatever. And Kyle Trask. You could have took Kyle Trask. That would have been funny. But you got to build around your quarterback. Because you can't have another injury like that. You had a Burrow moment. Joe Burrow got injured his rookie season. Luckily, he bounced back. He's looking great for the Bengals. Not perfect, but he's looking good. He's looking pretty great for Bengals quarterback standards, which that's a good sign. It all starts with the quarterback, but you got to have a good O-line. And Jets don't have that. Dolphins don't have that either, but they have shown semblance of good quarterback play, good play calling, and they beat a good, legitimate contender in the Ravens. And for that reason, and the reason the Jets have they've been shit with drafting their entire franchise history. I got the Dolphins winning this one, 24-14. I hope Zach Wilson does recover though. I do think he's gonna be. All these rookie quarterbacks are gonna be great. Fields for the Bears. They're gonna most likely bring a ring to the Bears sometime. Definitely bring a ring to New England. Not so sure about Zach Wilson though, but I think he's gonna be the best prospect they had in a long time. Next up, the Texans at the Titans. One of the most lopsided games this season, if not the most lopsided game. And probably will be until the Packers aren't going to finish below 12-5, maybe 11-6 worst case scenario. And the Lions aren't going to finish with more than 2 wins, maybe 3. Definitely not against the Bears or Vikings or Packers though. But that's all the way in Week 18. This win, Titans are going to win. There's just no debating it. Upsets have happened with the Jags versus the Bills, but the Texans are a whole nother level of awful. The Texans did beat the Jaguars, and the Jags beat the Bills. The Bills almost beat the Titans, but that's just a loop. You don't take that shit seriously. If you're going off that this team beat this team, this beat that, then like the Jets are technically the best team in the league. That's not the case. Titans are going to win 45-14. Actually 13. Maybe add a garbage time touchdown. Yeah, garbage time touchdown, 45-20. Titans win, advance to 9-2, best team in the league. Because I think they're tied with Green Bay. The Bengals versus the Raiders. Raiders are going off, having probably one of the most strenuous, turbulent mid-season stuff. They had Henry Ruggs situation. One of their players said some gamer stuff on social media about Jews. So yikes, I guess. I don't really know what he said, but I mean, the media, it can be anything that someone's offended by. They just had it rough. I think that team morale is finally going to snap, and I think this loss is what's going to do it. I think the Bears' loss of Gruden that is what kind of set off with Gruden. Lost to the Bears, fired, and then it's just not been good. And that blowout loss versus their rival, the Chiefs, doesn't really help either. And I think the Bengals are going to right the ship. Bengals are looking good. Coming off a bye, and before that they had a bad loss, but I think they're finally going to get a dub. Advance to 6-4, which is the best Bengals team I've seen in a while. I think they're going to win a close one, though. I think the Raiders are going to try to keep it competitive. 27-17. Next up, Steelers, Chargers. Steelers are coming off a awful game. Their last two games, they should have lost. The Bears game, I don't even have to. I've already stated my case. That is a game that, in my heart, we won. We were the better team that game. Refs bailed them out. They let that lead slide away. They played really sloppy football. Next week, they played the Lions. Awful field conditions. Awful game. A tie to the Lions is honestly worse than a loss, because for the rest of the season and forever, people are going to look back on the 2021 Steelers and notice that little one there and be like, oh shit, they tied with the Lions. That's embarrassing. But the Chargers are 5-4, coming off a loss versus the Vikings, which I will give them the credit. They are a better team than 4-5. They could easily be a 7-6 win team. If they made a few field goals and didn't have an idiot at coach. I know what it's like to have a dumbass at coach. I got Matt Nagy. Vikings have Mike Zimmer. Both fan bases can't agree that they want him fired. But I got the Chargers winning this game. 20, 24, 21, close one. Next up, the Lions at the Browns. Browns have had, coming off an absolute pummeling versus the New England Patriots. That's just 45-7. That is one hell of a blowout. But yeah, it's damn. Lions are coming off their first non-loss since 2020, which sadly came against the Bears because we absolutely imploded. So that's something, I guess. But don't get it mistaken. Browns are going to win this game. They're the Lions. Lions are going to lose their next two games. They're going to lose against the Bears. They're going to lose against the Browns. It's Lions. It's in their best interest. Fans should hope they lose. They can competitive, sure. No one wants to lose by 50 points. Score a few touchdowns, definitely. But Thanksgiving loss for the Bears. Bears dub. Go like 1-2 wins. It's in your best interest right now. If you're a Lions fan, root for your team to lose. Then towards week 16, root for one win. You got a tie, which is also great because you won't go 0-17, but try to get one win, just one, no more. Okay. Unless the Texans get a win. So yeah, keep your eye on the Texans if you're a Detroit Lions fan. Because right now it's in your best interest for them to win, but they're not going to win this week because they're playing the Titans. But I got the Browns winning this. I think they're going to come out swinging 27 to 17. I got the Browns, Lions making it a game. Bears is last. 49ers, Jags. Jags. They had that impressive win over the Bills 2 weeks ago. 49ers coming off a blowout rout of the LA Rams, which people are saying are the Super Bowl contenders right now. Some are even saying favorites. I personally disagree with that. I think the Titans, Bills, and Cardinals and Packers are Super Bowl favorites, as much as it hurts to say. But the 49ers are still 4-5 right now. Jags are 2-7. Even though the Jags beat the 7-3 Bills, it doesn't mean jack shit. 49ers win. They gain that 7th seed. However, it's not over till 7 weeks. It's very unlikely they hold on to that seed. It's going to fluctuate weekly. That 7th seed is going to be tossed around. Hell, Bears might even have possession of it briefly. Doesn't mean we'll have it, though. All that matters, doesn't matter if you have the 7th seed or 5th or 6th seed now. That doesn't matter, Jack. That doesn't matter at all. Only matters if you have that 7th seed after Monday. Do they have Monday night week 18? I don't think they do. That's all that matters, though. As long as you have that 7th seed after the game stop week 18, that's all that matters. You can have it all the way up to week 18 and lose it. You're not going to the playoffs. You don't get an extra berth because you had it for a bit. All that matters is getting it. Doesn't matter if it's now. Doesn't matter if it's last game on the last play. But regardless of that, it's good to at least be in the playoff picture. Last time the Bears won the playoff picture was, I think, week 6, week 5. But that's too early. I think you should only start doing playoff pictures week 10. I got the 49ers going off this game. 35-17. T-Law goes for 2 touchdowns. 1 rushing, 1 passing. Next up, Cowboys-Chiefs. These two teams are coming off offensive blowouts. They outscored their opponents a combined 84-17. The last 2 games combined. 84-17 outscore. Both these offenses played great. However, the Cowboys offense has been playing great all season, and the Chiefs offense played great 1 game. Now that was against a good team versus the Raiders, who are 5-5. It's not like they, bullied on like the Jags or Jets or Lions or something. Winning any game by 41, scoring 41 points in any football game is impressive. I have this game being an offensive powerhouse, and I have this game 42-38. Actually, no, 35. I think the Chiefs are going to carry that momentum, but it's going to stagnate a bit. I still think they're going to keep it close, though. And that Chiefs offense came alive Sunday night. Next up, I'm going to do that one next. I'm just going to do this quickly. Washington football team versus the Panthers. Panthers coming off a very impressive win versus the Cards. Washington football team is also coming off a very impressive win versus the defending Super Bowl champs. A lot of these teams are coming off upset wins. Good for them. But with Cam Newton back, still riding that momentum with the Washington football team defense, I think this is going to be it's going to be a very defensive game. I have it being Panthers winning 17-10. Actually, no. 13-10. This is going to be a low-scoring, high offense game. Not high offense, high defense game. Nah. It's going to be Cam Newton with an offense versus a really good Washington defense if they keep what's going on. They keep that up. If they were able to beat Tom Brady the GOAT, They should easily compete with Cam Newton, but they were able to beat. Panthers were able to beat the Cardinals, but Cardinals are without Kyler Murray. I see this game going both ways. I wouldn't be surprised if Washington pulls this out. This is going to be a close one. Next up, Saints, Eagles. Eagles had a good win versus the Broncos, and the Saints. Who did the Saints play last? What did the Saints play last week? Oh yeah, Saints. Oh, Saints. Yeah, coming off a loss versus the Titans. They should have won if it weren't for a missed extra point. Gotta make those kicks. I'm gonna just be quick with this one. Saying I got the Saints winning this. They're gonna learn from their mistakes, but I think the Eagles are gonna make it a game. A really good game. It's gonna be way more competitive. People think. We got Saints winning by that much. Actually, I got the Eagles. I haven't picked a single upset really. I'm gonna go with the Eagles actually. I have a feeling that they're gaining some momentum. The Saints are kind of drained from that. I'm gonna go with the upset. Eagles are gonna upset the Saints. Next up, the Cardinals. The Seahawks put up 0 points versus the Packers. 0. Russell Wilson. I'm glad my Bears didn't trade for Russell Wilson. There was rumors back in January. Bears are gonna send 2 first-round picks to the. Nah. That's just. Nah. No way. No way, Jose. Not on my watch. Will the Blackhawks start playing it? Oh, 9 p.m.? Damn, 9 p.m.? Apparently the Blackhawks play at 9 p.m. I'm assuming they're on the West Coast. Anyway, the Cardinals, I've read, let me look up if Kyler Murray's going to be back. Because if Kyler Murray's going to be back, they got this dub. And they desperately need, even without Kyler Murray, the Cardinals desperately need this win. Because they're pretty much still a lock for the playoffs. But the 3 seed is what they want. They want the 1st seed. They want that first round bye to skip to the divisional round. And I think they're still going to be the team to get the first round. And they're going to desperately need this win. I think they're going to secure this win versus the Seahawks by 10. Actually, no. By 2 touchdowns. Cardinals win 28-17. That's not 2 touchdowns, whatever. Yeah, people, they're saying, Kyler Murray's trending towards return. It's likely he's going to play. It's Wednesday. They play on Sunday. If it was Thursday Night Football, I doubt he'd be able to return in 24 hours. Because right now it's 7 o'clock. Thursday is tomorrow. No. But Sunday, that's 1, 2, plus tonight's night's worth of rest. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4 nights of rest. If you count tonight and days of rehab, I think he'll return for the Seahawks. But even then, I still think they'll squeeze out a win versus the Seahawks. Because the Seahawks have a way worse record. They're 3-7 right now. They're even worse record than the Bears. Not 3-7, 3-6. Even worse than the Bears. Because at least the Bears are able to put up 2 touchdowns and I think a field goal versus the Packers. Next up, Giants and Bucks. Giants, the Bucks lost to the Washington football team, yes. But upsets happen. Just because a team beats a better team doesn't mean that the good team is going to lose every game. That's stupid. And I think the Bucks are going to take care of business and right the ship, go to 7-3, and they got to get this win because look at that. This NFC South is a little bit more competitive than I think. If my predictions all are correct, which I hope they are, then two of the wild card spots are gonna go to the NFC South, which pretty much fucks over the Bears and because if we're being honest, there's only two wild card spots for any other team. Because the Rams are so far beyond any of these other teams, they're not really even a wild card. They're a de facto wild card because, like, the Rams are 7-3. The only team that I can, yeah, we have two wild card spots. We're the Bears, Vikings, Eagles, Washington Football Team, Giants. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 teams. Wait, 9, 10. There are 10 teams competing for two wild card spots, but honestly, I count the Giants out, and the Lions. So we have like 8 to 10 teams competing for two spots. Two spots. The 6th and the 7th seed. It's going to be tight. Anyway, it's going to be a very tight playoff. Week 18, Week 17 is going to be crazy. Anyway, I got the Bucks winning 26-17. Next up, the Green Bay Packers versus the Minnesota Vikings. And I got a lot of respect for Green Bay, in my opinion. But the Vikings beat them. Yeah, I got a lot of respect for Green Bay. I like their fans. I hang out, have Packer friends. Vikings, I think they're really jealous of the Bears and Packers. They have no rings. However, Vikings have been the most competitive the last few years. It's 2019 and onward. Because 2018, 2017, the Bears, beat them, I think twice. Yeah, twice. If I'm wrong, I don't care. And the Vikings, I think, swept them. Hell, the Lions swept them in 2018 even. But modern Packers, which is the 13-3, like fucking 2 straight years, Packers, Vikings, I think, beat them twice or once. I do remember the fumble game last year, and this is at U.S. Bank at home, and NFC North fans are very committed. So I'm gonna be bold. I'm gonna predict an upset, but whatever happens, it helps out the Bears because if the Packers win, we advanced. We advanced. We're our 12th seed right now. But if the Vikings win, they go to 5-5, steal the 7th seed. It's going to be harder to steal it from them. Saints are out of the playoff picture. If the Packers win, Vikings fall to 4-6. But it's another team that it's a win-win. Bears playoff picture, but I personally think Vikings are going to upset, and then Packers are likely going to win at Lambeau. However, Vikings did beat them at Lambeau last year, but that was with no fans. The fans in Lambeau and at Soldier and at Bang, they play a huge part. Lambeau fans they're very devoted. But I'm not gonna have this being a blowout. No way. Vikings are gonna win, in my opinion, 24 to 23. Should be a close game. I think the Vikings are going to win by either a field goal or 1 point. So it's going to be a close one. But I got the Vikings edging out, out the Packers, giving the Vikings the 7th seed for now, at least for this week. But It's Rodgers. They're probably going to deal business and whip the Vikings' ass. It's a win-win either war. Now, finally, my favorite prediction. My Chicago Bears versus the Ravens. Now, when I first saw this pick in the midseason, that's a loss. However, looks can be deceiving. Yeah, we're 3-6, but we are coming off a game that we should have won, a game that we played our best in. We put up 27 points. Yeah, and we're also coming off our bye. We haven't done traditionally good, but stats are just that. Stats, numbers, they do tell a story, but they're not, facts. Just because something says, ooh, they're it doesn't mean it's impossible. Okay? They're just numbers. They are a fraction of the story, but they're not the entire thing. Ravens coming off a win. Not a win. A loss versus the Dolphins, where they only put up 10 points. Their defense, the Dolphins put on a clinic. The Bears need to adapt, do what the Dolphins do, but mix it up. Put pressure on Lamar Jackson, and let Fields ball. He'll make mistakes, yeah, but I honestly think they're gonna snap the losing streak and improve. They're still the 12th seed, really? I think the Saints. It's that. I'm gonna my prediction. The Saints, I think, are gonna win. But imagine I'm gonna go with my gut. I just have a feeling the Eagles are gonna win that game, even though I don't really want them to. It's a lose-lose because either of those teams are competing for a wild card spot. But I'm not really worried about the playoffs. I just want to win. I think the Bears are gonna edge out the Ravens, just like the Vikings are gonna edge out the Packers. Um, Similar score, 24-21. Bears win, finally break the losing streak before it gets too bad. You don't want another 6-game losing streak. We're 4-6. I'm gonna place the Lions. I have faith that they're gonna win that game. And then they're playing the Cardinals and the Packers. That might be rough, but go 5-6 after Thanksgiving. That is still, you can still get into the playoffs in 5-6. It's not the end of the world. 3-8, that's insurmountable. Just try to win a few games and then go 6-11. But I think the Bears are finally gonna get that dub. Ravens are still in 6-4, still comfortable. Yeah. Here are my Week 11 predictions. Hope you all enjoyed. And go Bears!